Hey yo, it's Tyro here, and today I just gotta say thank you for 200 subscribers. It really means a lot to me. I just want to shout out all y'all for just supporting me and stuff. Everybody who be watching me, hello to all the new ones and hello to all the old ones. But I'm gonna give a special shout out to Kevin Thomas for suggesting what if Naruto was Madara's grandson. You know. But besides that, yeah, this is what if Naruto's known as grandson. Please enjoy the what if. One night in Konoha village, the Nine Tails attacked. The entire village was being destroyed by its large tails and the claws swiping at houses and anyone who dared try to run away from his wrath. He was going on a rampage, angry at the person he saw, Madara Uchiha. Although he was quite old, nearing the end of his life, his hair was white and long, almost reaching down to his feet. And he still had his Mangekyo, this time internal Mangekyo. He even had his Renegon. As he was trying to protect the village, his body couldn't handle it. Minato and Kushina showed up sooner or later. Kushina was physically weak, as Madara told her to go back to with his grandson. As she told Madara, "Father, he can still fight," as she almost passed out due to the raw pain. Minato would hold on to her, as Madara would then say, "How about you be a good son-in-law and take her back to my grandson, okay? I can handle it from here." As Madara would pull out a giant scythe. "Alright, old friend, we're gonna have to battle one more time." As Madara would look back on his life, all the regrets he had, killing his best friend, for what? The peace that he sought too. No matter what he did, it wouldn't come. What he can do is protect what Hashirama has left for him. As Madara would talk to himself, "I'll see you, Hashirama, and I'll say I'm sorry if I do get to." As Madara would jump at the Nine Tails, and you'd use this giant scythe to cut off bits and pieces. The Nine Tails tried to use a Biju bomb, but Madara simply created a giant meteor to crash onto the Nine Tails. The Nine Tails would use his tails to kind of throw the meteor at the village, when Minato would use Flying Raijin for it to teleport back behind the Nine Tails, sending it flying. As Madara would then state, "I have this," as he would cough. Minato would then state, "I'm not going to be a good husband or a good son if I just let you die like this alone." As Madara would look at Minato and see Hashirama inside him. "Alright, let's do this." As Madara would start running at the Nine Tails, as he pretty much tells Minato, "I only need you as backup, okay? I'm physically able to do this." As Madara would jump up at the Nine Tails, and he would use the Reaper Death Seal. "I just need to keep you trapped for long enough for me to use this. Hashirama, please." As he would also use Deep Forest Immersion to trap the Nine Tails under. As he would try and shoot a Biju bomb, Minato would throw a kunai at it, teleporting it away. As Minato slowly saw Madara use the Reaper Death Seal, Minato would ask Madara if there's any other way. As Madara would then state, "I had to seal it inside me. Maybe it will forget all the bad things I've done to it. I'm sorry, Nine-Tailed Beast. I'm sorry, Hashirama." As he would then look at Minato. "I'm sorry, Kushina and Minato. I dragged you in onto this. And now, I have to. I have to repay all the damage I've caused." As Madara would use the Reaper Death Shield, pulling the Nine Tails into him. As Minato would then state, "Yeah, but The second you die, that thing's gonna get set free, right? His mother would ask Minato, please, take care of Kushina. Take care of my grandson. And take care of yourself. As the Nine Tails would be slowly pulled in, the physical body of the Nine Tails would retaliate, almost stabbing Madara into the gut, but he didn't stop, as he still had his hands connected. As Madara would then start to cough, accidentally undoing the jutsu, killing himself, but only stealing most of the physical Nine Tails. As Minato would yell no, Madara, with his last request, would ask Minato if he can steal the rest in his grandson so he can be stronger. Minato would nod as Madara would die. Soon after, the physical body of the Nine Tails began to move, going towards its previous holder, Kushina. As she would be with Naruto, cuddling him, the Nine Tails would appear, like a giant beast waiting on its prey. Minato would show up and would then fight the Nine Tails, but he would have other matters at hand. He has to fight this weird black substance as well, almost stalling it. The Nine Tails, with the last bit of physical movement that he can muster, was going to go to stab Kushina for payback, but Minato would then appear in front of her. He would get stabbed, but Kushina would still be alive, as Minato would then use the Reaper Death Seal. As Minato would ask Kushina to forgive him, but it was at her father's request. He would then pull the rest of the Nine Tails and seal it inside Naruto. As she would ask what he's doing, Minato would then state, it's gonna be fine. As long as he have you, he'll be fine. Make sure he lives well. And what am I kidding? You're gonna make sure damn well he's gonna live a great life. As he would then tell Kushina that Madara died a bit ago, and that Madara wanted you to forgive him, and Minato wants her to forgive him as well. She would grab Minato and hug him. He would implant his head near her chest, as she began to cry. I forgive you, Minato. I forgive you, father. As Minato would slowly black out, she would then tell Minato it's time for him to rest. She's done enough, as the Nine Tails' physical body would disappear. We cut to 5 years later. Unlike in the original timeline, Naruto has a way better life than normal. First off, he has darkest black hair, and since he's technically not known to be an Uchiha, he actually would survive the Uchiha massacre. But he would also know of it, considering the fact that Kushina is still part of Uchiha, and in fact half Uchiha. But yeah, I guess that would make Naruto 25% Uchiha. But anyway, pretty much at age 5, he still meets Hinata, but it's not really in the winter, so he doesn't give her a scarf. It's actually in the summer. Basically, Naruto went out to play one day, but Hinata was getting bullied because of her eyes. Naruto, pretty much being raised by Kushina, which means that he had more of a, outgoing personality, would pretty much run up to the bullies, and instead of warning them at first, Naruto just simply punch them in the face, telling them to back off. The bullies would try and fight Naruto, but because Naruto is part Uchiha, Uzumaki, and Namikaze, he definitely has the physical strength to beat them all. Also, because Kushina would train him to be more physically able, basically Naruto was a lot stronger. Now we're gonna cut to when Naruto and Sasuke pretty much first meet each other. Now, because the news of Naruto being the Nine Tails spread, he still isn't as popular, but basically nobody wanted to challenge him, mainly because of his mom. not only was half Uchiha, but she was half Uzumaki, and she was known to have a Sharingan. And Naruto most likely would have one too. So Sasuke knows this and wants to challenge Naruto to a fight. Naruto and Sasuke would have the basic duel, like in the original. Only the teacher isn't supervising it, only the students surrounding. Naruto and Sasuke would do this hand seal that Madara and Hashirama would do, like the statues, and they would run at each other. Naruto and Sasuke were both physically strong and around equal power, and Naruto was able to do one jutsu that Sasuke couldn't because, since Uchiha are naturally good at fire style, Naruto was able to learn the fire style jutsu before Sasuke did. Before Sasuke did. Naruto waved hand steals, he would say fire style, fireball jutsu. Now obviously it wouldn't be as strong as Sasuke's later. In fact, it was like a small fireball. But it was just impressive that Naruto had chakra natures, especially elemental chakra natures, to begin with. So everybody was impressed, but they were still rooting for Sasuke. As Sasuke and Naruto continued their physical battle, Sasuke pulled out a kunai. Now, it was a training kunai, so the blade was actually really dull, but it can still be considered dangerous if wielded wrongly. Naruto would pull out a kunai similar, but instead of the single-bladed kunai, it would actually be a tri-bladed kunai. The same kunai as his father's flying Raijin kunai, basically. Naruto would pull that out, and Sasuke would see the kunai is named Uchiha. Like, it pretty much, there's like 3 different sides, 3 different blades. One has Uchiha as the main blade. The side blade was Uzumaki, and the next side blade was Namikaze engraved in it. Sasuke would stop the fight for a second and ask why that blade has his family name on it, as Naruto would then state, "Well, my mom is half Uchiha, didn't you know?" As Sasuke would just be like astonished and kind of jealous because, Naruto got to keep his mom. And Sasuke would type in the kunai, and he would ask Naruto if he thinks he's special. As Naruto would ask what he means, Sasuke says, unlike you, I didn't get to keep my family. As Naruto would then tighten the grip of the kunai, well, I didn't really get to meet my dad either. Unlike the privilege you got. Everybody was just stunned in silence. As Naruto and Sasuke continued their little fight, Kushina would eventually go up to around their little training field and stop the fight herself. She would grab Naruto on the wrist, telling him that he's not allowed to fight people if it doesn't have a real meaning. As Naruto would ask, why can't you have a little fun with spars? Kushina would slap him and say, if you don't have a real good reason to fight, you probably shouldn't do it in the first place. As Naruto would ask, what's that supposed to mean? She would then say, your dad and your grandfather only fought for stuff they believed in. They never fought under any other circumstances. As Naruto would then state, well, it wouldn't matter because they're both not here, are they? As Kushina would slap him again and tell him not to disrespect them like that again. As Naruto would ask what she's gonna do, as Naruto would wheel a few hand signs and do fire style for Bujutsu, it literally just didn't affect them. As she would then state, come on, it's time to go home. I made rice for you. Sasuke would look at Naruto and pretty much, be a bit more jealous. Now we're gonna skip to 7 years later. 7 years later, and Naruto and Kushina are pretty much, Naruto still has Kushina. She made him toast, and Naruto would grab the toast and start running out to the Ninja Academy. Because Naruto actually has a good figure that's keeping over him, he's way better with jutsus. So he doesn't actually fail it first try, and someone else falls from Mizuki's trick. Naruto is accepted into the ninja course. I was about to yawn, sorry. Naruto is accepted into the ninja course, and pretty much, was assigned Team 7 with Sasuke and Sakura. Now, they're assigned Kakashi, and basically Kakashi's actually there on time. But Naruto can see red hair on Kakashi's like ninja armor, whatever you want to call it. And Naruto would ask why his mom's hair is on him. As Naruto thought of the worst possibility, Kakashi would then state, "Oh, Naruto Uzumaki, your mom paid me a visit, beat the ever-living shit out of me if I was late, so I decided to come really early so she doesn't do that again." As Naruto would laugh, "Yeah, that does sound like her." Kakashi would then pretty much tell them to meet him on the roof. As Naruto and Sasuke were there before Sakura, Kakashi would then state, "My name's Kakashi Hatake, and I'm the first student. Now, I want you guys to tell me your names, your dreams, your likes and dislikes, starting from the right to the left." As Sakura would go first. "My name's Sakura Haruno, and my likes," she would look at Sasuke, look back and blush, and then she would look at Naruto and look back and blush. As pretty much there was rumors that Naruto could be stronger than Sasuke, and was probably even better than Sasuke, you know. So both Naruto and Sasuke were very popular as girls, but Naruto didn't really like it as much. Even Sasuke didn't like it. As Sakura would then think of dislikes, she couldn't really name any, as she states that her dream is to be the strongest Kunoichi, even stronger than the famous Lady Tsunade. As Kakashi would then remember, well, that's going to be pretty big shoes to fill. As then they would go to Naruto. "My name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze Uchiha, but you can just call me Naruto Uzumaki. My dream is to be the greatest Hokage, even stronger than Hashirama Senju, and my own dad, Minato Namikaze. I want to learn every single jutsu there is to know, so I can finally declare myself the strongest and most famous ninja in history. I want to be remembered for all of the villages. The entire world will know my name." As Kakashi would then state, "That's a really big dream for a person like you." As Naruto would ask what that means, Kakashi would pretty much just go to the next question, which is Sasuke. As Sasuke would look down, "My name is Sasuke Uchiha. My likes, I don't like a lot. And my dislikes, I don't like a lot either. And my dream is to beat Naruto and to kill a certain someone." As Sakura would hear this, and she would think that must imply that Sasuke is weaker than Naruto, right? As Naruto would laugh, "Come on, Sasuke, we all know you would beat me in a fight, right?" As Sasuke would look at Naruto, as he would pretty much state, "Literally, there is nothing I want to do more than beat the ever-living shit out of you right now." As Naruto would chuckle slightly in a nervous laugh, "Yeah, you're just joking." As Kakashi would then state, "Alright, look you guys. Well, we have a certain test you have to do first. You guys have to come to the training ground around 6, okay? And don't worry, I won't be late, especially if Naruto's mom on my ass. Anyway, don't eat dinner. Oh yeah, but don't eat breakfast either." As he would disappear, Naruto would walk down the stairs as Sasuke would pretty much tail after Naruto, with Sakura tailing after them both. Naruto wouldn't notice at first, but he would get slightly creepy the more and more was going on, to the point where Naruto literally got to the front lawn of his house and asked Sasuke what he wants. As Sasuke would then state, "Like I said, there's nothing more I want to do than fight you right now." As Naruto would then scratch his head, "Well, my mom said I can't fight for a reason." As Sasuke would then state, "Don't you want to be the strongest ninja? That means you have to fight me and prove you're stronger than me right now." As Naruto would sigh, "Hold on." As he would walk to the front lawn, open the door, and tell his mom that he's going to go train in the training field. She waves him goodbye and says she loves him. Naruto says he loves her back and would go to the training field, with Sakura putting those ninja skills to good use, I'll say. And she's pretty much a stalker at that point. Naruto and Sasuke would see each other at the training field. Alright, get ready. As Sasuke would go into a taijutsu stance, Naruto would just put his feet together, one of his hands on his hip, and have a I forget the sign name, but the sign that Madara would use in the final statue. I don't really remember what the sign name was called. Naruto would then look at Sasuke. Are you ready? As Sasuke would then say, go. As Naruto and Sasuke would charge at each other. They would use taijutsu at first, but their level of taijutsu was far beyond what Sakura imagined. They really inspire each other, she would say to herself. As Naruto would then grab Sasuke by one arm and use his arm to perform the fire style fireball jutsu seals. He would then grab him and kick off of him. Mid-air, he would complete the seal and say fire style fireball jutsu, and this one was really big, but more controlled. After performing that, Sasuke had to get out of the way as fast as he could. Sorry, Sam, I'm yawning. Sorry. Get out of the way as fast as he could. When he did, he noticed that Naruto had one Tomoe in his Sharingan. So he does have it. As the Sharingan would then disappear, Naruto would charge after Sasuke. Alright, get back here. As Sasuke would then continue using taijutsu. As he would then perform the handsuits for a fire style fireball jutsu, Naruto would do the same, and there would be a fireball fireball jutsu clash. Around this time, Sakura wanted to step in, but Jake argued against it. Naruto will not declare himself the winner, as he'd pretty much just give up. Look, I'm not low at chakra right now. I can only do like 3 a day, and I don't want to waste it. So could we just stop? As Sasuke would cut him off with a punch to the jaw. No, I need to know if I'm the winner. We're not backing out now. As he'd perform the hand seals for a fireball jutsu, Naruto would hold his gut. Shit, this is really hurting. As he would perform a fire style fireball jutsu, he would breathe in and pretty much scream at Sasuke. Fire style, dragon flame jutsu. As it's pretty much like the same thing Sasuke did to Orochimaru. Just think of that for a second. I don't know. As Sasuke was blasted with a concentrated flaming beam, basically. Sasuke was flung into a nearby tree. Naruto nearly passed out. As Naruto was trying to get some common ground, Sakura would then finally show herself. What do you guys think you're doing? We have training tomorrow. Naruto would then chuckle. He wanted to fight. I gave him a fight. No more than that. As Sasuke would grunt in anger. Sorry. As Sasuke would grunt in anger. Damn it. All that training for nothing. As Naruto would then say, get your panties up so much in a bunch, man. Look, I know you want to be strong, but as Naruto went to go help Sasuke, he would slap away his hand. Shut up, you damn loser. You're so lucky, you know. As Naruto would then ask what he means. Sasuke would then state, with grunting his teeth, you have a mother, and you didn't even get the pleasure of meeting your father. You have no idea how that feels to get that taken away from you. As Naruto would then just sigh, look, man, you just gotta let it go. As Sasuke would kick Naruto in the stomach, you have no idea how it feels to lose someone you love. As Naruto would then sigh, look, I might not know how it feels, but at least I can empathize with it. God damn, I cannot read. Fuck, sorry. At least I can empathize. Fuck, whatever. I'm gonna skip that word. You know what I mean. With it. Sasuke would then say, it's not the same thing. You haven't gone what I've gone through. Why Why couldn't you get your family taken from you? Everybody loves you. Naruto would stomp on the ground. Now that's not true, is it? Everybody loves you, Sasuke. The amount of love you get, and that you're so... Naruto would grit his teeth. You're so ungrateful for it. You know that? She would then punch Sasuke. Why don't you be grateful for once for the love that you do have, instead of mourning and whining every single day with the love that you don't have right now? And Sasuke would then punch Naruto, and instead of an organized taijutsu fight, it was basically just two people punching each other emotionally. Sakura would break them up, as Naruto would then state, "You gotta let it go, or we're never gonna get along as a team." As Sasuke would then state, "Who said we were gonna be a team? We still have a test tomorrow." As Naruto would grunt his teeth, "You're such a bastard." As Naruto would walk away, Sakura would ask Sasuke if he's okay, and Sasuke would just sit down. "I'm fine. Leave me alone." She would do exactly as he says, and he would have just himself to think. He would think to himself, maybe he's right. Maybe it's time to let it go. But only time will tell. That's going to end off part one. Wow. I got a lot done than I thought I was going to get. Especially at such short notice of this 200 subscriber special. Like I said, shout out to Kevin Thompson for suggesting this what if. I hope you enjoy. Sorry it was long, but I guess you guys like longer videos. I don't know. If you do like longer videos, comment down below, obviously. But if you don't like longer videos, then you can just comment that down below. Like and subscribe and shit, you know what I mean? Alrighty, and thank you for watching or listening. I think you guys do you guys listen to these videos? And if you guys listen to these videos, I won't put as much work into officially making it pleasing if it's just a thumbnail. But yeah, good night for me at least. I'll probably upload this soon.